Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Crosswords Live. This is your Associate Puzzles Editor, Sam Ezersky, here with our evil genius, Garrett Amini, because our beloved wordplay columnist, Deb Amlen, is not with us today. And Deb, it's a real shame because you're missing, I have to tell you, this is one of my all-time favorite puzzles, I think.
I've heard so much good buzz about this puzzle.
It is not for the faint of heart. My goodness,
is a buzz with.
It is nice. I'm glad you've rotated right in on the punnery that comes down in a New York Times wordplay. We do. We call them dad jokes actually in this part of the biz. But this is, my goodness, solvers come one, come all. We're going to need your help today for a truly tricky Thursday offering. Co-authored by Andrew Kingsley and John Lieb. This is, again, it's a feat of construction. It's going to be an absolute blast to solve, and I hope that as many of you will chime in the comments as possible so you don't just have to hear me talking the whole time. So let's, oh my gosh, internet, can you load, please? I'd really like to see who's commenting. In the meantime, let's get started. First of all, do you notice anything peculiar about this grid?
It's kind of an odd grid. It's just very strange looking. I also see, what is this?
So
what's going on
here?
Good. What is going on here?
That's what I was getting at.
You can't have 2-letter words in the New York Times crossword.
So if you're new to puzzles, even if you never noticed this in the New York Times crossword before, we are not allowed 2-letter answers in American-style crosswords are simply taboo.
It's not okay.
So
it's not okay. I'm very disturbed already.
In the world would we... Wow, my internet is really not working here. Sorry, commenters. I hope it's not messing up the stream or anything. But yes, 2-letter answers are taboo in American-style crosswords. So if we're allowed... All rules truly are meant to be broken. You can just ask, our pool of constructors who love to break the rules all the time. But there's a reason why we're doing this today. And it's going to be pretty eye-popping once we figure it out.
It's going to be one of those tricky Thursdays, huh?
Indeed.
Super
How are we doing?
Tricky.
Any, I don't know what's going on with my laptop. Oh, all right. Well, in the meantime, solvers, I do see you out there. But in the meantime, we'll just have to put Garrett on the spot. That's really do you know right at one across? Do you know your British brews since 1777?
You know what? I don't. That could be a tea. That could be an alcoholic beverage. That could be. It could be. Gin is not a brew, technically.
Honestly, should we just look at one of the 2-letter answers?
Yeah. Okay. So
that just catches my eye.
Mantra chants. So it's a plural, right? Which makes me think that it ends with an S. But then, what mantra chant? My first instinct would be Om. But we can't do ohms because there's only 2 letters.
Is it O?
Broken.
You're right. Okay, so. You really want to say ohms, but ohms doesn't fit.
Ohms doesn't fit. What about this one? Can I look at this one? Let's see.
The Zenith? That's a nice fancy schmancy. Acme Apex. Well, those don't fit. How about a 2-letter word, please?
Up.
All right. Well, this is how we break into these things. Op is
feminine, FEM, but they can't do that either.
What's going on? How about you want to go to the last one, just for kicks?
Let's take a look here. A pair.
Like
duo,
dyad, duad.
Dyad.
I shouldn't allow duad in spelling bee. That's a whack word. But yeah, what do we do if we really, really think something along the lines of ohm should fit at 18 across, but we don't know?
Let's solve some crossers and see if we can figure it out. So sounds that startle, that's also plural, which reinforces my idea that this is probably an S.
I like that. Right? I do like your thinking there a lot. Well, you are a pronoun that can ask a question.
Him, her. Her? Nah.
I can't but then we've got RS at 18 across.
Yeah.
Maybe we should you know what? Instead of trying to wrap our heads around this right off the bat, every crossword puzzle, no matter what day of the week, is going to have your gimmies, as we say. in catering to so many different solvers with so many different backgrounds out there, there's going to be something we hope for you. So for instance, one of my own personal gimmies today, if I were to solve this puzzle, go to something like 29 down, right near the center.
29 down.
The parrot from Aladdin. I always get this confused because I usually think it's Abu, but that's the monkey, right?
That is the monkey. Now,
The
usually
parrot.
this is clued as the tempest.
Yes, exactly,
character, right?
exactly. There's, but yeah, Iago. We like quoting lots of his lines in Shakespeare to make a tougher clue, but sometimes we can just go with the Aladdin parrot. That's just fine.
David Scott Pierce is saying that there's an added note on the title page. Do I need to see that before
Oh my gosh.
Do I need to see that before we solve?
There is an added note on the title page. That's my B. That's my B. Here, I'll tell you.
Should I take a look at this?
You don't need to scroll
take a
up.
look at this.
You don't need to scroll up. It's all good. It's all good. Oh my goodness. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are we doing?
What?
Okay.
What?
This puzzle has 16 solutions.
What?
All right, now let's go back to your special mode.
You
All
can't
right.
do that to me.
We're showing everybody the inner workings of the crossword. All right, thank you for fixing that as quickly as you did. And I still don't know why my internet's not working. But I'm glad yours is fine.
Sam obviously has solved this before.
I don't have a single solution for what's going on
This
with
is
my
the first time I've looked at the puzzle, so I have no idea what's going on. So I appreciate the shout out there, David. I now know that something is really weird happening with this particular puzzle.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm wearing Spelling Bee merch.
Yes. Thank you to Kathy Odzahan for pointing that out. Indeed. All right, cool. I can see your comments. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Let's
wow.
keep going. Let's keep going. We got to get at this puzzle.
Kathy wants us actually to go to 6 down, the central 15-letter answer, which
oh my goodness,
you'd want it to be thematic somehow. It's the only really long answer in the grid. Nothing else is super obvious. Every Thursday puzzle is going to have some sort of theme lurking somewhere in it. Here it's sort of obvious, maybe not.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
a
think so.
quantum mechanics thought experiment in which contradictory states exist simultaneously. Say that 5 times fast, please. I guess you didn't even say.
Look how long that clue is.
We had to spell it out. We
lines.
wanted to spell it out because we don't want to absolutely mystify you. If you're not familiar with this, are you, Garrett, by chance? Or are there solvers on the line that know this? I know Kathy does.
Oh,
but we can stand by.
Good call. Let's hide.
Oops. Yeah, let's hide the timer.
timer.
That's just nerve-wracking. Don't worry, Valeria. We got you.
The multiverse, or alternative universes, or
I like your thinking. Let's come back. Let's go.
Okay.
Actually, Christine S wants us to go to 38 down, all the way over on the right side. Fanny blank. Phew. We always talk about, again, our gimmies. Sometimes there's just a fill in the blank that even on a Thursday crossword, don't be scared. You're going to know the answer to this. Sometimes there are traps. There's no trap to that one. And then here, we even get a hint.
That's pretty easy.
Palindromic term of address. We had the M, so we know the M is going to be the first letter too,
Right.
and then it's all downhill from there. How about this? The locale of the 2018, 2020, and 2022 Olympics.
Well, hopefully the 2020 Olympics are there
We
this year.
do hope.
We'll see.
We do hope. We will leave it at that.
We will see.
Now, how about this? Go to extremes, food-wise.
I have no idea.
Or
What could that be?
build up during vacation. What's
debt.
going to build up? Well, that you don't need a vacation for that. Here, let's. What are some other guesses? Justice and Mercy is thinking along the lines of an alternate universe. Let's see. Bruce Giordano actually says that 13 across in the second row along the top. The Bill of Rights defender, in brief, is going to be the ACLU. That is correct. We have those little tags there, like the in brief, to, shepherd you along the lines to know that that's going to be an abbreviation or some sort of shortening, so that it's already at the forefront of your mind right there. Mm-hmm. In the meantime, we aren't always that sly about we aren't always that overt about shortenings. Like if you go to 10 down, for instance, along the right side, ivy seen along the Schuylkill River.
What is the Schuylkill?
What is
have no idea how to
okay?
pronounce
So that's
that.
that's a geography clue.
Is that an East Coast river?
So
that's an East Coast river.
Of course it is. You're West
okay.
Coast.
This is why. So Ivy, I'm going to assume is a university.
Maybe.
And Yale doesn't fit. Harvard doesn't fit. How about UPenn?
I like that. And Ivy,
So is that
just
the Philadelphia
informal
river?
enough. It
Is
is.
that?
It is.
All
You've
right.
got it. See, that right there is how you take an educated guess to answer a crossword clue correctly. But you should check your crossers. You're not always going to have me at your side.
Let's do that then. So streak could be a run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Throw the verb.
Dracula, that's a cape for sure.
Indeed. Well, we didn't have, we knew that the P was there, so it's not going to be fang.
Yep. That wouldn't be an accessory, though.
Let's see.
A fang.
So, I guess, well, maybe for a Halloween costume. I like to think of it as
Right.
that. An item in a beach bag, R-A blank, blank, blank. Are there any solvers out there? I guess we have a bit of a lag. Huey X. Freeman agrees with you, Penn. David Scott Pierce has grokked the whole Ivy reference. Valeria Sylvester's catching on. Ivy is an Ivy League. That's right. That is when we create, edit, develop these puzzles, we want you to be able to solve them. It's just all about figuring out what the clues are telling you to do. It's what could Ivy mean? Sometimes you just got to stretch your brain. More so, say, on a Thursday puzzle than a Monday puzzle.
You know what I find that happens to me a lot?
Yeah,
is I'll get through the puzzle, and I will have no idea. I'll be like stuck on a couple of clues, and I'll put it down, and I'll walk away and do something else. And when I come back and pick the puzzle back up, I immediately know what that thing was, and it's like, why didn't I think of that?
That's an absolute solving pro tip. For those of you that aren't so concerned with your solving times, which solve the puzzle however you want. Our timer's just there for your convenience. If you'd like it, we removed it today.
Or pause it. Or pause it.
Yeah, or pause it. That you can do.
Shift and the escape key, by the way. Pro tip. Shift escape will pause the puzzle.
There you go. There are some solvers that are saying radio is a possibility for 9 down. I like that. We could do that.
Probably not radon.
Yeah, it's not radon. Sarah Bowman agrees with radio. Chris Donnelly says radio. Darn it. N-E blank blank blank.
Well,
sometimes the outbursts are tough.
Loud. Yeah, that's a little tough.
Darn it. Some things I can't say on the stream that don't even fit that letter pattern. How about this? What's the blank? Blank blank. I am blank. You'd want it to be. What's the diff? What's the beat? Where's the? Well, that's where's the beef. What's the?
Wow, I'm struggling on this.
Yeah,
one.
this is not how layers of stone. This is actually. I'll tell you. There's a slight misdirect in this clue.
Really? Well, it's not capitalized stone, so it's not going to be like Oliver Stone.
Nope. But what's the first thing? That's the thing. On this, we didn't put a question mark by this because it is literally true. Oh my goodness, my stream's back. Thank you, Internet. That's great. Welcome. Good to be here. Layers of stone. What's the first thing you think of? Like, just start, layers of stone in a house, for instance, maybe.
Oh, in a house?
Or I don't know, just anywhere. I'm thinking, layers is in tiers, right?
Sure.
But it's not actually what we're going for here.
What are we going for here?
We're going for people that literally lay stones.
Oh no, it's the layer. Mm-hmm. The layer of the stone. It looks like Marilyn Johnson, Audrey Kaplan, and Nancy Burke.
Now I'll stop.
They all got there before I did.
There we go. Well done. Audrey Kaplan's got it. That's right. You called it out. Yes, indeed. Exhibis was calling me out for stratum. That is the word I was looking for. Yes. But we are not talking about strati here. We are talking about layers as in people laying things. We actually use this trick a lot when we're cluing hen. Like layer on a farm. You never know when we're going to trip you up. But that's why sometimes it's just all about stretching your brain. You'll get there.
Or walking away.
Or walking away and coming back. Exactly.
You might read it with fresh eyes.
Refreshed brain. I wish there was some sort of idiom I could use. Like an apple a day, it keeps the doctor away.
What does a crossword a day get you?
It gets you a nice streak.
It's true.
Gold stars. I look at more than one crossword a day, so it's hard for me to say. But yes, gold stars. You get to see fun tricks. You should try a crossword a day. I mean, sure. Even if you're just working your way up. Let's see. Exhibis agrees on Masons. Justice and Mercy agrees on Masons. Did you want to go to so 16 across there says C14 down. Did you want to check out the cross reference there? That's how these work.
Yeah. So with 16 across travel, we can see it on the right in the column there.
It's actually not the full clue, so you may want to check it out. Travel internationally. So the way these cross-references work, if you've never seen something like this before, don't be scared like I was the first time I saw a cross-reference. We're here to help you solve. Cross-references it means you need to read these two answers together. So a 5-letter answer plus a 9-letter answer is going to correspond with the clue travel internationally. So it's basically just taking two pieces and attaching them.
Now, could that be cross?
It is a literal cross-reference.
Could that be a literal cross-reference?
It is a literal cross-reference.
And I don't know what this is, but erde makes me think
that's going to end in an R. I like your thinking there. Yes. So you're actually...
Cross the border.
That's the one. And that, again, that's how you piece together one of these little answers. It's not... We don't want our puzzles just to have a bunch of different trivia that bogs you down. This isn't about how smart you are or how much you know. You know, trivia might sometimes help you, but sometimes this is all about looking at the answer, staring at it for enough time, coming back, and being able to piece it together. You've got this. You've absolutely got this. So let's see. Todd Booth agrees that it was border. Well done. Christine S. Bruce Giordano across the border. Exabyss also knows the answer to 6 Down, the thought experiment. It's a crazy one. How about, do we want to go back to 21 across?
21 across.
What's the blank? Doing?
What's the
KOing?
doing?
Going?
What's the what?
Not quite.
Nerd?
It's this is kind of old timey. In my IMHO, we can check 17
How
down
about
though.
What's the point?
And then nerds.
Nerds.
Yeah.
Nerds. What is a nerd? What is a nerd?
Nerds. It's an expression.
You're making that up. You're pulling my leg.
It comes from nuts. And by that it is not a product of, you know, like it's not like almond butter. It's just nerds. It's dialect, you know. But now that you have the P there,
thing I've never heard about.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't say this one too often, but I bet there are people out there that do. In any case, you learned something new. There you go. Now you get to start using nerds.
I am going to use
in your
that
G-rated conversation.
A lot.
17 down. Iridescent stones. Thank goodness you had the P there from point, because that gives us opals. Literary C, Christine S. They both agree with point. Here's one. Talk about wheelhouses. Nancy Burke Osborne knows that 24 across, one of the 12 apostles, is probably going to be Andrew. Or at least that's one of the ones that fits.
Certainly
How
fits.
fitting. Shout out to Andrew Kingsley for putting his own name in the puzzle. Gotta love it. I've put Sam in one of my puzzles, so, you know, it's a little easier for me.
Of course you have.
But let's see. Hole puncher. A blank blank. This is
probably an awl.
Yep. It's a different kind of tool for punching holes in leather work and your belts. You see your belt holes. That was the tool.
Here's another crossword ease tool. What's the difference between an awl and an adze?
So an adze is actually an awl. Kind of looks like, I was just looking this up the other day. An awl kind of looks like an ice pick, if you will. You know, like very tapered end. You just like punch, punch, punch. I'm no leather worker, so please, leather workers out there, teach me, educate me. But an adze kind of has a very thin, crooked blade. It almost looks like, I want to say like a mini scythe. I might have that wrong.
It's like
but yeah,
an adze
is much meant for hacking, whereas an awl is meant for punching.
Interesting.
So that's all. That's my little bit of crossword level carpentry that might not be particularly accurate in the real world. Again, carpenters, leather workers, please educate me. I'm just the editor here.
Let's move along here.
Swell.
Swell. We've got a bunch of guesses there for nice.
Nice isn't bad.
That,
but what does that give us there? Part of Indochina. LC.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to be Laos.
That is going to be Laos. So I really like that guess. This is how using a guess like that got us to say, hey, let's check 35 across. It's probably not going to be LC blank blank, and it gave us Laos. So you have to take guesses in order to expand your territory in this crossword. So that's just how it works. Literary C is calling out nerds to Mertzes, as an Ethel Mertz was said in an episode of I Love Lucy. So there you go. Maybe it's something that was used more years ago. I don't know. I was not around then. How about this? SAG. D blank O blank.
It's probably going to be drop.
Yes, but what is that? Zenith is simply not TP, unless it's a brand I've never heard of.
What?
Then you'd need an EG. And an informally.
Well, what's this 30? Okay, so we're number one.
We're number one.
And high-low, high-res, low-res, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So all this makes sense, but what is TP?
So the zenith is the top, right?
Right. So it's without an O.
It's
without a vowel.
Right. Well, I'll say right now it is missing an O. Right now.
It is.
But somehow, I'll tell you this, top is definitely the correct answer. And we're going to need to figure out how to write top into the grid. That is all I will say. I will let your gears turn. I will let the solver's gears turn here. Or anybody that's even already solved that just wants to give a subtle hint, please, come one, come all.
This
Force Giordano says it could be a
This
rebus.
couldn't be one of these, is it?
Whoa. Now, it may be. Let's try. So first of all, what did you just do there? What is this sorcery?
You can put more than one letter in a square sometimes.
Hush up.
I know. It's crazy. It blew my mind when I found that out. I was very angry.
Yeah.
For a little while.
We love making people angry. Kidding. We love it when you solve the puzzle, but sometimes, the best some of the best puzzles involve just the right amount of anger. We hope to achieve the perfect balance.
Just enough.
So, yes, Garrett is correct. Our beloved wordplay columnist Deb Amlen actually mentions this in a pinned column on New York Times Wordplay that yes, you can write more than one letter in a single square. And it's pretty mind-blowing. We call that in crossword speak, we call that a rebus.
Now, would you ever encounter that on a Monday? Or a Tuesday?
Never say never, but probably not.
Okay.
We have been known to be evil before. But don't you worry. We call these Tricky Thursdays for a rebus. For a reason, for a rebus. If you want to take your cursor, Garrett, and show all of our loyal solvers here where that rebus key is, so you can enter. If you click on that, you highlighted it, it's towards the top, it opens up that square, and you can type in LMNOP. You're just not going to be correct. So, okay, we fit top into there. We wrote O and P into a single square.
Top and droop. That fits for sag.
Sag is droop. Or is it? It is. I think so. If something sags, it droops. So that was it. There was kind of an odd trap that you had drop there, and it looked so right. Mm-hmm. But it just ended up being droop because we had to put top in there.
So what if we go back up to this corner?
Sounds that can startle.
So if I was right, and that this is ohms, and it follows the same pattern,
try
it could be that.
So there you go. So he once again clicked that rebus button in the top right, and you can also click on it and hit the escape key or the insert key.
That's what I'm doing. I'm pressing the escape key.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Either way works, and entered M and S into a single square. It's mind-blowing, right? Get used to it if you're trying to solve some Tricky Thursdays. Sounds that can startle.
Now, what if that's booms? Is that booms?
It is booms.
Booms.
Well
I
done.
like that.
Booms.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'd
I
be
see a pattern
if I just heard a random boom.
I see a little pattern here. Now we've got a whole bunch over here. Maybe we can sort this one out too, and we'll leave this one until later.
I like this. So the opposite of mask, the counterpart is fem, the abbreviation. Whoa, nobody look. So we've got F, and then again hitting escape or insert to enter in multiple letters, and then what does that give us going down? Build up during vacation.
Email for sure.
Email
for sure.
For sure. I'm going on vacation Friday and Monday. I'm not planning to look at my email. Please don't write me.
No, I will. I'm going to send you so
And then
many
what does this go to extremes food-wise?
Well, that could be to fast.
Yeah.
That's one
kind of
extreme.
curious. That is one extreme as opposed to, just going all out and gorging yourself.
Okay. All right. So we got some rebuses happening.
We've got some rebuses happening. Todd Booth says email. David Scott Pierce says, I wonder what the rebus limit is. There must be a limit. 26 letters? We're never going to let you enter a rebus with 26 letters, so fear not.
There's nothing on the front end.
Yeah, I'll let you describe the back end.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything technically. We've never had a puzzle that reaches that many letters.
We will not be having. Oh
there's
my
no
gosh,
technical
I should never
limitation.
say never. But
there's no technical limitation for it. I'll put it that way.
Bruce Giordano says that 37 down is Matt with a nice groaner of a clue. Welcome site? It's a question mark, right? When you read welcome site, it's just like, I don't know, something that you'd read it as SIGHT, right? Like, oh, that's a nice welcome site. Thank goodness. It's a good omen. Nope, this is literally something you would find.
You know, I tripped over a guy laying in front of my door the other day.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But that was that. But
His name was Matt.
Oh, was that a welcome sight? Was it welcome for you? It must have just wanted to welcome you to your house. Yeah, I know. No, I know. It's it bends around to the second T. That's how his name's spelled. So how about 43 across? Blank blank TTLE.
I bet that's rattle.
Not a bad guess. It's actually not rattle.
Oh no!
It's actually not rattle. See, this proof that this is a live demonstration.
This is my auto.
This is more than just a thought experiment. That we're working with.
You're even wearing blue. You've got the auto check color on.
I do.
I am
Mr. They call me Mr. Auto Check. Nancy Burke Osborne is chiming in. I see you. I am not going to reveal what you were saying to the general public, or especially to Mr. Amini here. But you are on the right track. Nicole Xavier wants us to go to another Grand River clue. Let's jump around.
Okay, let's jump.
59 across, bottom left. Just wow, we're talking.
That's really jumping around. All right.
Tablet one might take before going to bed. Are you thinking vitamins? You're thinking your melatonin. I don't know.
Is it an iPad?
Oh, it is your iPad.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You shouldn't take your iPad.
You really shouldn't, because then you're absolutely
blue light.
You're absolutely not going to get it.
It's bad
but now they've got like the blue light remover screen mode on my iPhone. That's how I justify that I can absolutely stay on my phone for hours before going to bed. But yes, smiling, groaning, haha, right?
Yeah, that's a groaner.
Yeah, we were getting.
That's a groaner.
Just picture
for sure.
Will Shortz giggling at all these as he comes up with them.
Does Will Shortz have an iPad?
Yes, he does.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm
Come on, Will's hashtag hip. Come on now. But here's another one. This one, oh my goodness. 46 down, crossing right at the pink.
46 down.
This is honestly just a Hall of Fame clue in my mind. Go off, but not without a hitch.
I think I know.
What do you got?
I think I know.
Lay it on me.
Would this be elope?
It is elope. There have been some really good clues for elope in the past. Elope is always going to be a cromulent answer for something like this. And yeah, Deb's not here, but you get the fist bump today. Kathy, we see you out there. Had to say it at some point. But yes, go off, but not without a hitch. It has nothing to do with the idiom. That's what the question mark's telling you. Stretch your brain. What else could this mean piece by piece? You're literally running off
the hitch.
With
the hitch part.
Yeah, but not exactly, but not without a hitch. Getting married, literally getting hitched. So
helps that I'm wedding planning right now.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Like
there you go. Mazel tov. And Nicole Xavier says, "Ha, nice one." Valeria Sylvester agrees with Booms at one down. Oh my gosh, how many question mark clues are there?
Wow.
Surgery to improve how you look.
Well, there's a lot of them that I could get to improve how I look. It's a low bar.
But Bruce Giordano is going to tell you that no, if you want to improve how you look, you just need LASIK. There we go. And again, hilarity ensues. We know you're absolutely loving this. Let's keep moving.
Kill this out real quick.
Crucial.
That's going to be key.
That's an adjective form of key. Right. How about Joan Blank, player of Pat Nixon in 1995's Nixon? You know what? This is, I'm glad that you said woof there, because just as everybody's going to have their own personal wheelhouse, the corollary of that is there are going to be some clues that every person, no matter what your solving interests are, you're going to look at and go like, oh gosh, I have no idea. Thankfully, there are always crossers, Like for instance, 57 across, over on the right side, Hall of Fame hitter Rod. If you're into baseball, as I am, as much of you sporters out there, nope, you're going to know right off the bat that answer is going to be Carew, Carew. However, that might not be the easiest name to infer in the world, so we have crossers for just that reason. So we can even look at 44 down, crossing the C to be sure. And we know it's not rattle, or I've told you it's not rattle.
Right.
So you can go ahead and nix that A.
So thanks, auto check.
I guess puts up is not the easiest.
It's really not. It's really not.
And Jack is asking, are we just saying answers if we know them? If so, 57 across this crew, boom. There must just be a slight lag. Yes, put your guesses in the comments, Jack. That's what this is all about. We want Crosswords Live. We're here every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, normally joined by our beloved wordplay columnist, Deb Amlen. But yes, come one, come all. If you know an answer, anything about the puzzle, honestly, even if you've already solved the puzzle, we won't hold it against you. Just come put your guesses in the comments. This is meant to be a nice hodgepodge of tips and tricks and, just a fun solving experience, however you want to enjoy it. Yes.
One of the things I've noticed is that we don't very often... So this clue here, Joan, this is a trivia clue.
Yes.
You know it or you don't. It's a fill in the blank. There's nothing tricky here. There's no wordplay. And this also is a trivia clue.
Yeah.
But what I've noticed is that we don't very often, it seems that we try to avoid crossing trivia clues with trivia clues. Because
we really don't want two uninferably tough names or terms to cross.
Right.
We don't, because we want you to solve the puzzle. We want virtually all our audience to be able to say, or really all our audience to say, I can do this. That's what the wordplay column is all about. If you haven't been reading New York Times Wordplay, there's a new daily column written up by, Deb Amlen. I'm not going to say the title this time around. That goes over the daily puzzle, and you can join the discussion from other commenters, solvers from around the world. It's a truly great community, and I strongly recommend you visit New York Times Wordplay sometime if you don't already do regularly. So how about this?
Check out some comments here. We've got 52 down from Marilyn Johnson.
Is a sorry? Indeed. Sorry I didn't get to that one earlier.
Great. Great. No. No. Not even a
Can we try tackling this corner?
Pretend it's not.
You know what? We should. What's 53 across?
Should we tackle this corner? Or should we save this? Because this is our last.
I think honestly, I think we can tackle it.
Okay.
I feel good about this. How about this? 53 down. 53 Many down. A middle schooler.
Those are probably teens.
Indeed,
right?
Teen is the one we're looking for there. And what's the next one?
Well, a pair would be 2.
So that's going to need a rebus, right?
Right. So that would be.
And then possible reactions to shocks are wows. Yeah, if you're absolutely shocked, a little stretchy there, but we got you.
Also, the clue is a plural, so the answer is going to be plural as well.
Thanks for the snare drum emoji, David. I appreciate it. Bruce Giordano knows that this one right here that we're on, sets straight, 61 across, is trues.
It's a good word.
It's a mixed level. Yeah,
right
exactly.
There. Yep.
A lot of stuff coming out of the woodwork in today's crossword.
That's Sam. You're in rare form
60,
today.
I really am. I've got half my coffee left too, mind you. It's only, and by the way, it's only going to get better here. The solvers that have already solved this crossword know that Garrett is in for a real treat, and so are you. Leo or Libra.
It's going to be a sign, which gives us the rug for the oval thing in the Oval Office.
Yes, that is an oval rug.
You know what I learned was also an Oval Office?
What?
Darth Vader's room on the Death Star in the original Star Wars films was an Oval Office.
Is that going to be our next way we clue Oval Office? Is that fair to virtually all our solvers out there?
No, I don't think so.
How about this? Let's take a peek at 23 down, that 8-letter answer. Sometimes those long ones are daunting. But maybe, those folks that have read Lord of the Flies out there might know this classic literary reference, that the boys in Lord of the Flies were marooned.
They were marooned.
And now you know it's not going to be rattle.
Nope.
But
probably nettle.
Nettle. And then...
It's an interesting way to clue nettle.
It is. We hope it didn't nettle you too much.
A little bit.
Especially because you had the wrong answer first.
Mildly
but that's
irked.
Okay. Literary C, of course, the Literary C is going to know the Lord of the Flies reference, given their name. Well done on Maroon. We can try 44 down, puts up.
It could be enacts.
It could be enacts. This is actually about literally putting something up, putting up a building. Exactly. A skyscraper. Well done. Valeria Silvestri, well done. There's especially for being overseas, to be honest. There's an actress named Joan Allen, and that's who plays Pat Nixon in 1995's Nixon. Thank you for that. That gives us another layer.
Clue. There's so many
Allens. Hey, welcome to Thursday. We wanted to choose.
I might have gone with the actor who played Reek in Game of Thrones.
Goodness, yeah, we did that one recently. I want to say a few months ago in a Themeless. Let's see. How about 45 across, right above? Listed. Ooh, interesting. This one's actually going to be tougher than you think.
So there's a couple of different meanings to that. That could mean, like, put in a classified.
Yes.
Right? Like to list something as an advertisement. It could
be, what else do you know list to mean?
Well, ships list as they turn back and forth.
Oh, yeah. Listing. So what exactly is listing in just a general sense?
Well, it's kind of Leaned?
I like that. Yep, that's the
Leaned?
one. That
Okay.
is the one.
All
There
right.
you go.
Thanks,
Tough
Auto
one.
Check. I appreciate it.
Gotcha. David Scott Pierce is still reminding us that there are 16 possible solutions to this puzzle.
How is that possible?
How is that possible? That's not fair. Let's see. Literary C agrees with Leaned. Do you know your big name in cosmetics?
No.
I'm being a bully here. But we can count on several of our solvers. This would not be in yours or my wheelhouse, wouldn't it be?
Almay?
It is Almay.
Oh, I did.
Well
know.
done. Okay, there you
All
go.
right.
Good. How about here? Let's look at 40 across, ending in 2 O's. Not many. Bit of baby talk.
Goo.
Goo is correct. Nice work. And then maybe right above it at 36 across.
That's
Jargon
lingo.
is lingo,
Sure.
indeed. You're just knocking these out. Certain rough patches.
Is that briars?
It is literal rough patches.
Like a
and
briar
then,
patch.
while you're cruising, 28 across.
28 across. A dial.
Old phone features are dials. See, there you go. These sorts of clues you can take from all walks of life. It's just about understanding what they're telling you to do. And sometimes they're pretty straightforward. What are some features of old phones? Blank
Speaking of
IAL
old
blank.
phone features. I was just reading that there's a Times article, I believe it was a Times article, on the different, it was New York Times Magazine, on intergenerational management. And they were hiring bank tellers and finding that all of their new bank tellers were struggling to answer questions on the phone. And it took them a long time to figure out what was wrong, but they discovered that they were all Gen Zers, and they didn't know that you could put somebody on hold. Because that was not something
Those darn Gen Zers.
they had never heard of the concept of putting
Those
a phone
darn
call
Gen
on hold.
Zers. They're terrible.
Those darn Gen Zers.
They're truly, truly terrible. I'm right on the cusp, so I'm going to be Gen Y just for this. So, let's see. Henry Barnes says, Nerd Alert. Yeah. Welcome. You found the right place. Nerdy and proud, man. This is Thursday. This is fun. This is fun.
It is.
We hope you'll have fun.
You know
Drop
what?
a guess in the comments.
I think I've got enough to see what this is now.
Quantum mechanics thought
I've got enough
experiment in which contradictory states exist simultaneously. There have been many other solvers pointing this out earlier, and sometimes you need just enough letters. Some of you might needed more crossings to figure out Schrodinger's cat, which is, yes, the cat was dead or the cat's alive, right? At like the same time, right?
Both.
Or both. Yeah. So interesting. I wonder if this is anything at all to do with today's puzzle. But I
16
guess
different solutions.
with 16 different solutions. But yes, Nicole Xavier is sending us a cat emoji and a box emoji. Indeed.
So let me think about this for a second. So honestly, folks, I've not solved this puzzle before. I'm coming at this brand new. But there are 4 of these weird rebus answers, which is a square root of 16. Wonder if that's related somehow. 4 times 4 is the possible number of answers.
Interesting. The gears are turning. This
Hmm.
is one, and if you're not mathy, don't worry. You can approach this problem other ways too. But that will help get the gears turning. Indeed. In the meantime, you want to go to Let me see. Given the lag, I'm going to jump around on a few of these to get some solvers to catch up here. Go to 20 down. I'm going to get your gears thinking.
Okay.
Recent recruits, so to speak.
Yeah, that's going to be new blood.
That is new blood. And then maybe, RG7. Are you a descendant of RG3? Wow. 4 generations later, huh? 19 across, underground workers. Literally
Miners.
underground.
Yep.
Here's an actually interesting clue. I want to jump to 5 across right at the top. Early challenge for Barack and Michelle Obama, for short. This is not as easy as it looks.
They are both lawyers.
They are.
So what if they both took the LSAT?
They did both take the
All right.
LSAT. That was certainly a fresh clue. We struggle to come up with a new... We're talking about how many clues we can come up with for Elope. On the ending side, LSAT, we've just done everything to the ground until we haven't. So
LSAT, PSAT.
Oh my gosh, 7 down right here. Ales. Bar orders, I mean, that was just like, yeah, why even get cutesy with this one? We've just done absolutely everything, and there's already enough tough stuff. 5 down. Ciao. Later. Don't leave yet. You haven't even seen the coolest part of the puzzle. I Claudius roll.
It's going to be Nero.
The Emperor Nero. Let's see.
Shout out to John Hodgman, who's doing a podcast now where they're rewatching I, Claudius.
Oh, and shout out to John Hodgman for being a big New York Times crossword aficionado.
Exactly.
So thank you for your business. Let's see. Eli Darrington agrees with Nero. Bruce Giordano wants us to jump back down.
Okay.
And says that 51 across is B-sides, like sleeper hits on singles, and then going down, 51 down is Bali, Java neighbor. So there we go. That is not how to write the word neighbor in Java.
It is not.
It is not.
Either the language or the programming language.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to 42 down over on the left side.
Where's that? Okay.
We're back on the breakup line. We'll let you stare at this one for a bit. What kinds of breaking up are we talking about? Well, actually, I guess this isn't so stretchy here. This is a sad breakup.
No.
Something you might
end of a relationship. Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
What's something that you might say? This is too sad. Let's move on.
I think I know.
You've got it?
Yeah. I think I've heard this one too often to not recognize what this clue is.
Some place?
Oh, wait.
No. They don't just need a place. They need space.
Need
you need to get a place.
You gotta go find your own.
Curiously notice that I need some space and cross the border, its symmetric counterpart in the grid. They're both, we didn't clue them as such because it's kind of stretchy, but they're veiled hints at more of this theme combined with Schrodinger's cat. And knowing that this puzzle has 16 different solutions. Bruce Giordano, Raina Nijinsky, RG7, they all say I need some space. That's correct. But guys, don't leave me. Come on. Let's just knock out 42 across.
Let's do it. Let's see.
You win.
I lose?
Yeah. Nothing
really?
to it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
okay.
That's one of those where, like, do people really just say I lose? So we just got to clue it.
Yeah,
straightforward.
Without the crossers, I might have done like I cave.
I give.
I give.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then we've got Amazonas and others. That's a foreign language clue, actually. Right. That's Amazonas is Rio is Spanish for river. So Amazonas, Amazona is the Spanish form of Amazon. So that's how you know that the answer is going to be in Spanish.
Now I need some help on this one here. 40 down. What's the difference between a glen and a dale?
Oh goodness!
And a vale?
You're
like
asking
these
me
are
wrong.
they're all in the crossword like all the time, and I never know which one it's gonna be.
Yeah. I can't help you there, my friend. That's when I say, I'm just going to wait for the crossers. But that's okay. I mean, it's helpful to know all these words. Certainly, if you had that extra level of expertise, that would help. Nature people, environmentalists out there, can you help us out? A geologist, perhaps? I don't know. I don't know if that's as related.
So
camper driver is an RVer. Sure. I don't know if I've ever said that out loud, but... YouTube data. Are we going to check this out after the stream?
You always check this out after the stream.
And then, what's 56 down?
56.
Angel dust.
Oh.
Yeah. The New York Times crossover. The gray lady, as Deb likes to say, likes to let down her hair occasionally. Right?
Not quite that far.
Not quite that far. But when that gives us pits, is a dreadful state with the... And fearsome part of a jabberwock is the claw.
The claws that catch.
Claw. So we have 11 squares left to fill in this puzzle. And we don't even know what's going on fully. You've just kind of answered.
Honestly, it seems like there's just one solution to this puzzle so far.
It's looking pretty good. So here's what I want you to do before we start tackling this top left. Garrett... Wait for it. I need to make sure you're attached to the seat. And solvers, don't go anywhere because I'm about to blow Garrett's mind. And your all's, hopefully, if you haven't solved yet. And if you're following along for the stream for the first time looking at the puzzle. Remember, go back to 26 down.
26 down?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I want us to go back to one of the rebuses.
Okay, so droop.
Remember how we thought it was kind of right when we said drop?
Right.
Right?
Oh, no.
Now I want you to go to 25 across.
Oh, no. This could be Nito, and that could be drop. Oh, no.
Let's go.
Oh, no. This could be...
Many a middle schooler.
Tween.
Is tween.
And
possible reactions to shocks, getting, an electric shock is owls. Sure. This one's actually my favorite. Go to extremes, food-wise. It's feast.
Feast and fast. What a good clue. That
And
is
then
fantastic.
Another
And that's
catch-all
just
here.
Mail.
Go to the cross clue again. Go to the down. Build up during vacation. Yes,
Mail
is going
or
to be your
email.
mail or your email.
Wait, so what's this? We never did get 12 down. We can do that. So
Yeah, let's go to some of the crossers. I want to see if some of our solvers on here can get 12 down in particular.
Okay.
But usefulness, second letter's an O. Yeah, Nicole Xavier's head's just absolutely exploding. Pick up your brains; they're useful. There's usefulness in them to
Okay,
finish
we
the
also
puzzle.
have an answer from Raina.
Oh yeah, thank you, goodness. As nouns, the difference between Dale and Glen is that Dale is a valley in an otherwise hilly area. Interesting. So whereas a Glen might just be like any sort of valley, I guess. Sure.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, thank you. We got some. Eli Darrington has figured out 12 down. Let's go to 15 across. Big fly at the ballpark. Going, gone. It is a homer. Izzy's got it. Bruce Giordano has it. Do you want to go to 4 down maybe? The Kaaba in Mecca,
Kaaba.
E.G.
Kaaba.
The Kaaba. Okay, thank you.
There's a glottal stop right
There.
in there.
Okay, wonderful. I had thought it was spelled with an apostrophe
It is.
between the first and second A.
Typically.
I guess it can be spelled either way, like
Quran.
Sure, yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So that's a shrine. 3 down, right next to it. Fruit part, that's thrown away. Fortunately, we had a few letters. We intended you to write in Peel or Rind, but it's just the stem.
Yep.
Thank you, Raina. David Scott Pierce says, Dale is an Earnhardt, Glenn is a Campbell. That's how we figured out the difference. Thank you. Company division is going to be, what do we got? Tough.
I don't know, actually.
Do you want to plop in 12 down? Now that'll help us out.
I think so.
The pronoun that can ask a question is who.
Who or
Whom for whom. And then,
whoops.
Using that rebus key. Don't forget about that rebus key. It's totally okay. And that gives us, what's the crosser again? At 1 down? Sounds that can startle. Well, they were booms. That sounded right.
Booms or boos.
Boo. I'll startle you with that. And then that gives us, don't go anywhere, solvers, because there's a pretty cool thing we're gonna show you once the puzzle's solved. Is worth,
right?
And that gives us British brew since 1777. Something ale.
Boss? Is it really Boss?
It's Bass. Base ale.
Base ale. I don't think I've had that.
There we go. It's got like a red triangle in its logo.
Course. Okay, so
and the
arm,
company division is
on.
going to be an arm, right?
Okay,
It's not Bass, right? Am I going crazy here?
So something's going to happen.
Something's going to happen.
Button.
Don't go anywhere. We've solved the third. Yeah. And how? We got one of the many solutions that you can now see for yourself. And there is still one tiny subtle feature that truly makes this puzzle an absolute work of art that you may notice from those middle letters that are, crossing the border that need their space from the other letters. You might notice that about the blue middle letters in particular and how they all come together.
No. Oh, no. That's great.
This is a true work of art. This is Schrodinger's cat, in which multiple things can be existing at the same time, and yet the 4 letters that cross in between those borders are MEOW to spell meow. If you're a solver that caught that Easter egg without me explaining it, we hope that some of you caught it, but we don't expect the majority of you to. So if you did, pat yourselves on the back. And really, any of you out there, give yourself where's the confetti, man? Like we just solved this absolutely bonkers Thursday puzzle.
That's a lot of fun.
I pinged this guy like an hour before the stream, just making sure, please tell me you haven't solved the puzzle yet. Please tell me you haven't solved the puzzle yet. And I'm so glad that we got to see a live demonstration. And I mean, from the help of all you solvers, we were just able to solve together, work together with our different wheelhouses, different backgrounds. And here we are. This one wasn't easy. I mean, my goodness. Absolutely crazy. Oh my gosh.
That's pretty
NY
fun.
Times Wordplay is commenting on their own stream.
No,
Who's that?
block,
Go back to the doctor. Hi Deb. Everybody say hi to Deb. But so really this was Andrew Kingsley, John Lieb, My hat is off to you both. One other plug I'd like to make, that's actually in favor of the two constructors of this puzzle, Andrew Kingsley and John Lieb. They both co-run the crossword puzzle tournament. Yes, they exist. They co-run the tournament Bosswords, as in a portmanteau of Boston and crosswords. It is an annual crossword puzzle tournament that I believe is in its third year. This summer, Bosswords is going to be July 26th this year in Boston. I wish I knew the URL off the top of my head, but it is run by these two, as you can see, fantastic puzzle makers. It always draws a really nice crowd. I went the first year, had an absolute blast. Got to solve some puzzles. It was fun to be on the other side. But you should absolutely, if you're in the Boston area, or even if you're not, check out this tournament that Andrew and John co-host, Bosswords, B-O-S words. All single word. Look it up online. Do some Googling. It's going to be a great time, and I hope to make it up there myself. So, one last recap of this theme. Schrodinger's cat. A lot going on here. This was some crazy physics experiment where, the cat in the box was dead and alive at the same time. Don't ask me for the details. I'll leave that to the physicists. Though you're pretty sciencey. If you can enlighten me, go for it. But not to put you on the spot.
Yeah, no pressure. Just,
no pressure.
You can just explain superposition on
please,
the fly.
Just go.
Like, sure. Yeah, no problem.
I need to finish my coffee. And I spilled my coffee. That's no good. In the meantime, let's finish this stream first. It didn't damage my laptop too much. No more
get
coffee.
This done so that we can rescue your laptop and get out of here.
So we've got ohms. We've got fem, we've got top, and we've got two. There's a pair. But the thing is that middle letter can be written in a rebus form, multiple letters in the same square. It can be written in either one of those two cells with the bookending letter accompanying it and still produce a right answer. As you can see is this GIF, soft G, presented here. We've got who and whom. We've got booze and booms, feast and fast, email and mail, neato and neat, droop and drop, tween and teen, and wows and ows. And they work with their clues no matter what, and they work pretty perfectly too.
They work pretty well.
What's more, we've got cross the border, I need some space, to give further hints as to what this puzzle's all about, and even the nice added touch at the end of those four middle letters bouncing around spelling meow should hopefully put smiles on your solvers' faces.
That's a great.
This is why we do what we
do.
This is why we're so passionate about you solving the puzzle, because it's more than just about these little black and white squares. This is just a thrilling. It can be a thrilling experience, and it's so fun to bring people together and do this every week. So,
Indeed.
Did you have fun?
I had a lot.
Did you have fun? We had fun.
What a fun puzzle.
It's going to be the two of us back here next Thursday again. Our beloved columnist Deb Amlen won't be with us. But we'll wrap this up right here. It's been a blast. We hope you solvers enjoyed the puzzle. As I said, I'll go on record as saying, I probably shouldn't even say this as an editor behind the scenes. I think this is one of my all-time favorite puzzles ever.
What a great puzzle.
So if you liked this, check out other puzzles in the archive. I mean, there's been some crazy stuff that Will Shorts has run over the years. It's
just go back through the Thursdays.
Just go back through those tricky Thursdays, indeed. Thanks again for joining us. We'll be here next Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Sam Ezersky and Garrett Amini here for Crosswords Live, and we'll see you next week.